All right.
So, dun, da, da, da.
Who
That
the
was not that bad,
What?
but it ain't
Look at
that
that fucking
bad.
yeah, shit.
Now they had your haircut right,
It looks more like Trey Young than it looks like you. It looks more like Trey Young, doesn't it?
but that was you back then. Now that's worse.
That's Chris Brown. That's not even you.
Yeah, that's Chris
Okay.
Brown.
That's 100%
That
Chris
was-
Brown. Yeah.
That
Hey,
one is
look.
bad.
When I saw this, I said, "Is that Tracy Murray?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Did they put the wrong fucking head?" I'm like, "The Houston Rockets
Hey,
was a fucking
That's
garbage."
100% Chris Brown. That is a
Hey,
hundred. That's
no.
not. That's not a Robert Ory bobblehead. No.
That's Ime Udoka. No, but that first one wasn't that bad.
Man, that's awful. I ain't even that damn dark.
Well, I mean, but at least I had your haircut back then, right?
It my
Oh,
haircut wasn't
goodness.
that bad either.
That's funny, dude.
For the Rockets one, I can see what it was trying to go with it.
Okay.
Well, that looks like you.
That's my picture. I can't even brush with the
Well,
That looks
my
like
you can
picture.
see what you
Yeah,
can
it
see
should
what it
look
was
like
trying to
Bear
go.
fucking look like me.
You see what it was trying to go
yeah,
with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, do they not have a front picture of me? Everything is from the fucking side.
Yeah, I guess not. Didn't you take a team picture? You got to take team pictures every year, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to sit with the basketball and pose like you're in third grade. You got to line up.
Why do they always make you tilt like this and take a picture like this back in the day? You know, they used to do that tilt with the head.
Yeah, they used to make you kind of sit sideways and look this way.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I was like, just
Well,
sit down, take my picture.
Well, every picture back then was a depiction of some type of R&B cover. If you look at any R&B cover from the back in the day, every picture had to look like you were gonna drop the most fire R&B album
yeah,
of all
you and
time.
Vandross were about to just light the charts on fire. Yeah. All right, let me roll an open and we'll continue to goof off.
You mean we weren't rolling?
No, I recorded all that shit. This might be the before the show bonus stuff for everybody. That's pretty damn funny. All right, here comes the official open. We'll start the show.
What up? This is Robert Ory.
Or three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
Oh, look who's home. Look who's home. We get Robert Ory from his house today. Back in the La La Land. It's the Big Shot Bob podcast. That's B-Dog Brandon Harper. I am Rob Jenners. That is 7-time NBA champion. A man with so many bobbleheads, you can't even tell if any of them are actually him. Robert Ory. If you tuned in for some of the show before the show today, I'm going to share some of that. But we didn't get this part of the story before we started recording the show. Whose bobblehead did Candace find and think was yours?
She didn't have her glasses on, so she just saw a number. She thought it was a 5, and she knows how bad the bobbleheads are. She brought it in here, and I'm like, "That's Tony Parker. That's not me." She's like, "What is it?" Oh, I'm like, she just saw a light-skinned brother and brought it in here.
You don't look anything like Tony. Like I could never ever would have imagined crossing you and Tony up.
Not at all.
That's great.
I don't, it's so weird. You know, the person that I'm out somewhere and they just say, "Hey, what's up?" Guess who they think I am a lot of the times? There's two people that always think I am, but one is because of a name. It's not because of the look. It's Alonzo Mourning and Horace Grant. And I don't know why they think I'm like
Alonzo Mourning and Horace Grant. I don't.
Yeah.
I could see the Alonzo a little,
Yeah.
a little bit. Horace Grant, I don't see that.
I think it's because Hori, you know how to pronounce my name.
Oh,
Hori,
so they
Horace,
see HOR and they're like, "Oh, Horace
Yeah.
Grant." Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tall
But-
son bitch plays basketball. It's got to be Horace Grant.
So back in the day, I'm not going to call her out, but it's this actress. She was kind of, I wouldn't say she was famous, but she had a famous show.
Okay.
And she was talking to me. She was like, "I can't believe you didn't call me back." And I'm just looking at her like,
Yeah.
And she's talking. Man, I'm literally, I'm just listening, right? She said, "You in here talking to all these girls?" I'm like, "She think I am." Then she's like, "Why you not talking to me, Zoe?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" Man? She's like, "I can't believe this," And this is like my third year. This is an old club back in the day called the Century Club here in LA. And this was like, it was like used to be jumping, man. This is when I first met like Dre and Snoop and all these guys.
Oh.
This club used to be jumping, right?
Hell yeah.
And she started crying. And she's like, just don't ignore me like this. I'm like,
she thought you were Alonzo Mourning.
Yeah, and I finally said, who do you think I am? She said, we were just together the other day. I'm like, I said, whoa, no, we weren't.
And you don't, then you've got face blindness or some shit, because if we were just together the other day,
Yeah, she was a little tipsy, so, you know.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, no, I can kind of see the Zoe, though. I can see that a little bit.
That's
same
right,
beard and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
We both had the flat tops back in the day, so that's what I'm like, no, we didn't look nothing alike.
Okay, I can see it a little. we were showing off. I'm gonna put it on the front of the YouTube channel. So if you're listening to the audio podcast, go back and watch maybe the first few minutes of our YouTube video this week, because I put up all the bobbleheads you were showing off about the ones that look like you and the ones that don't. That one bobblehead is 100% Chris Brown. That is not a Robert Horry bobblehead. That was a Chris Brown tribute.
The first one wasn't. It didn't look like you, but it was. Closer? It wasn't as bad. Yeah, it was a little closer.
Hey, the first one looked like I should be. Hey, you guys! I'm like, the first
you
one
have the sloth face in it or something? Oh, hold on. Have we showed you? All right. So you remember when they put Shaq's statue up at what was Staples is now Crypto, and it's the one of him dunking off the side of the building. They sent us a bunch of the small statues they gave away.
Yeah.
For that. Hold on. I have one in the studio. It's back here on the shelf. They look like this. Like they're these little Shaq statues of him dunking. But look at my man's face. What the hell kind of face is he making on this statue? He looks like he shit his pants hanging off the side of this building. He's like, ah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Now I have a Shaq statue. Now I think this is purposely not supposed to look like him, because this is one of those pop figurines.
Oh yeah.
But my screen is blurred.
Oh, okay, yeah, you have to, try and,
I'll show it to you later.
Yeah, send us a picture. We'll put it online. We'll put it on the Twitter feed or something, the Instagram feed. But and I have another one of Shaquille that when we first started doing the podcast, we got from my daughter, which was like a little plushy toy, and he looks like Steve Harvey. He's just got the big, thick mustache, and I'm like, at no point have I ever known Shaq to just have a big, thick mustache. He just looks like Steve Harvey. So, all right, well, that killed the first 7-8 minutes of the show with nonsense. We got other nonsense to get to anyway. I guess we should start with the D'Lo stuff, only because obviously, you know, you're tied to the team. You cover the Lakers for a living. I mean, they move him to the bench. I can understand it. He hasn't been shooting well, and then he came off the bench and he actually looked really good the other night. So, you know, now there's all this buzz about, well, they're gonna use him as a trade piece. Like they're gonna find a way to part ways with D'Lo in all this, just because because he got relegated to the bench, and I don't know. If you look at it, maybe he's just not a reliable starting piece. But
I think sometimes people don't watch games fully. You know, when you're a basketball player, you see all the little small things that sometimes people miss. The reason why he benched him, because it was 2 moments in the game before he got benched. I don't remember who it was. D'Lo did some dumb shit.
I saw the one shot that I guess I was LeBron or somebody got in his face about why the hell he pulled up and took it, that went off the side of the rim.
It was like, I don't understand when you have an open shot and then you put it on the floor when the defender gets to you and then take a worse shot. It's like, dude, that was the most boneheaded play. That's like something you do on the playground when you're just having fun. And I think D'Lo sometimes get caught up between having fun on the playground and a freaking real NBA game. He doesn't understand sometimes. And in that moment, I was like, oh shit. And then he went to the bench and never returned. And I think that's what, you know, that's one of the things I will respect about JJ. He yelled at LeBron, and he wants you to take good shots. He wants you to play good basketball, you know, and I think that has a lot to do with why he's coming off the bench, because he hasn't been playing good basketball.
But he played pretty good basketball off the bench.
Yeah, because sometimes you need to get smacked in the face. You know, think about it. Hey, how many times have you did something dumb as a kid and got a whooping and never did that shit again?
Oh, all the time. That was how you learned a lesson when we were kids. Yeah. Not anymore, but back in our day, yeah.
Go stay in the corner.
D'Lo was one of the questions coming into this year of what D'Lo we were going to get. He did not have a good finish to last season. And his name has been swirled around in trade rumors already again coming into this year.
Oh, big time.
At some point in time, I think he got to be a part of some trade. I mean, all these rumors got to be some form of reality at some point. There's another rumor out there with him involved, and somehow, some way, the Lakers getting Damian Lillard. Like we ain't never heard that before.
All right, yeah, we're gonna get to the Bucks of it all in a second here because there is a lot to get to when it comes to the Milwaukee Bucks. Damian Lillard is on that list of things we're gonna get to. Before we get too far off this, though, D'Lo's in his final year of a 2-year deal. He's got $36 million owed to him on that contract over both those seasons. And now the rumor, for what it's worth, is that they may go for Robin Lopez as a trade piece and use D'Lo as sort of a piece to get Robin
You mean
Lopez.
Brooke or Robin? We don't want Robin.
Oh, no, it was Brooke Lopez. I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah. I get confused. My brain is mush these days. Yeah, no, it was Brooke Lopez. You're right. I'm sorry. But Brooke Lopez has got a big fat contract, too. So
He signed an extension not too long ago.
yeah, I think he's making like 23 or something. So that doesn't come cheap. But is that a piece that you think they should add or need to add?
Hey, it's like you tried that piece once before. It didn't work out, and I think sometimes you get caught up into this moment, well, we need another big, we need to do this. And let's be honest, other than getting poked in the eye, and AD has been playing great. Why do you need another big? I understand if AD gets poked in the eye, you need a big to come off that bench, but
Sure.
LeBron can be a big. He showed that. I know he's playing a small team, but
He played
If
well
you
with
don't-
AD out.
yeah, if you're gonna sacrifice a bunch of stuff to get a big just because everybody says you need a big, I don't think you should do it. And there's no bigs in the league. Hell, the one big don't even want to play back to backs. So what's the point?
I don't think. No, he did the right thing. He figured it out. If I just shove a reporter, I don't have to play for like 4 games. I'm good. And then you don't have to load manage me. I load manage myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a man. They and it's so, like I said, it's just a frustrating part about the Lakers because obviously you win the other night versus the Raptors, team you're really supposed to beat. But it's about going up against those teams that you're supposed to be on the level of, but somehow, some way, you cannot find a way to beat. And so whatever they got to do, I think we talk about this every single season, multiple times a season, about the moves that need to be made and things that need to be done. And that's why sometimes I sit back and I chill. You know why? Because until they make some of these moves or make whatever adjustments they need to make at whatever time they need to make them, I don't get stressed no more. You're not going to raise my blood pressure. I'm too young for high blood pressure.
I don't think anybody's trying to raise your blood pressure.
No, the Lakers do it all the time.
Well, no, the Lakers. Yes, no, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, you
Y'all
might
ain't
as well
finna
be a
do that to
Cowboys
me.
fan. So, I mean,
Oh no! No! I look. You might as well. The Lord might as well call me home before I do that. I die before I become a Cowboy fan.
Good.
Must be out your mind.
What are we
Hey, let me
talking
just say this. I would become a Cowboy fan if I had to die. Like, fuck that. I'd be a Cowboy fan. I'd be a Patriots
Well, no,
fan.
see, no, this is different for you, though. Hold on, wait. You got Texas ties, no state tax. CD Lamb is your boy, so I get it. You know what I mean? Like you can make that adjustment a lot easier than Harp and I could.
You know what I realized? You have ties on both ends of the spectrum. You have ties to Texas, which is no state tax, and then on the other end, you have ties to California, where people who make $200,000 a year are broke and live under the bridge.
They have all the state tax. that's where, yeah.
They all live. All them people on Skid Row ain't broke. There's somebody there that makes $300,000 a year but can't afford to live in LA.
That's that. What's funny? That's not even Skid Row. It's this park here in LA where they were all gathered, but they cleared them out. But a lot of people at that park were like, "Oh, I have a job. I just live here because it's cheap. it's easy." Yeah. So, but
If a lot of them move to either Atlanta or even the metro area of Atlanta, they'd be easily middle class. Living nice, living pretty decent at middle class.
would they have the same job?
Well,
No, they'd make less money.
well, are they remote?
I don't know. Well, here's the thing, though. When you're homeless, you still have to deal with like 20 minutes of traffic, no matter where you're going. So it doesn't even matter. It don't even matter. All right. I think. Oh, but do we have an update on AD? By the way, do we know where is he? Okay, is he going to play the next game or?
I hadn't heard. I was at the UCLA basketball game last night. So
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if we'd heard anything on AD.
he'll be all right.
It popped in the eye. I don't think it was. It didn't look like it was.
Hey,
It was
man,
enough for him to miss the rest of the game, but more precautionary, I would imagine. Right?
But dude, I'm like, this is like the 30th time. Get some damn goggles,
Dude,
so
let me ask you this, Horace Grant. Someone else Rob gets mistaken for just because his name starts with HOR. The goggles thing, is this really like a? It's got to be kind of a I don't want to do it because I don't want to look a certain way sort of thing. Because it can't just be like if you get popped in the eye enough, logic says you put on goggles.
Well, he said they fog up too much for him, and so it's uncomfortable. And
Do they not make anti-fog goggles?
I'm like, James and Kareem did it. I'm like trying to figure out.
Kobe did it.
Yeah. So
Shit,
even
Rip
what's the
Hamilton
boy-
wore the mask, man. He
Yeah.
had the woo.
What's the boy name? That used to play for the Clippers, went to Denver. Now he's somewhere else. Dark skinned guy.
You just named like 100 people there.
He wear goggles now. He used to be with the Clippers. Clippers got rid of him. Oh crap! I can't think of his name.
And you say he plays for who now?
He's
Oh.
not.
Everybody's memory's failing
I don't
us.
remember.
It'll
Everybody's
come
memory's
back
failing,
to you. It'll come
Yeah.
back to you some point. Randomly in the middle of the show, you're just going to scream out a name. And we'll remember why. All right,
You just have to Google it.
let's do a little. Let's get to the bucks of it all, and I'm going to start with this moment from the Celtics game the other night. There's two pieces of audio here back to back, so hang on.
Here we go again. Giannis against JB. Oh, that football, the elbow. No question about that. They exchanging words? Oh, here we go. Watch this from earlier. This was after he elbowed Jaylen Brown. Ooh. Oh.
Giannis hit you with the offensive foul, and then he fake shook your hand and pulled it back. Are you laughing at that? Do you think it's funny, or does that kind of piss you off?
Giannis is a child. I'm just focused on helping my team get a win, and that's what we did tonight.
So Giannis elbows JB in the face, and coming down the court goes to give him the handshake, and then does the brush back into his hair like he's 7. And JB didn't take too kind to it. And when they asked Giannis about it in his post game, he's like, "Oh, serious? He's mad about that?" He's like, "I was just goofing around." I never was good. So I think Giannis loses track of the fact that sometimes some of these guys aren't into the little fun and games on the court. Maybe it's a little too cutesy for some of these dudes.
I think a lot of guys understand, like, when you coming off a championship and you got 300 million and you going out and you like, I ain't trying to be your friend because you might be a team that we trying to beat. And, you got to think about this also. I think about when I saw this, I'm like, Giannis, you're the one that came out and said, you ain't trying to be nobody's friend. You ain't going to a team because you're friends with everybody. So why would you think someone would want to, find that cute and enjoy that moment? Just fucking stand on your business, as they want to say, and say, hey, you elbowed him in the face.
Man, you ain't cute.
Play.
You ain't handsome.
You ain't cute. I think it's kind of a big deal about nothing, but
Yeah, I
is.
think so too. But
Yeah.
it's one of them other things that starts to, stir stuff up during the season. Nobody expected the Bucks to, I guess, really
Have
be
2
where they
wins?
are at the moment. Yeah. And possibly having so many things swirling around them right now when it comes to trade rumors. But this is one of those things that you just kind of stir up. Now you got a Giannis and Jaylen Brown issue. So everything's going right for the Celtics as we expected them to, and everything is going very, very wrong for Milwaukee, which I didn't expect things to go this wrong. But
all right, now what did you hear about Dame?
So
Packaged up with this
just-
is the D'Lo Dame thing.
Yeah, it was one of these, at the point in time, you're looking at the Bucks with only 2 wins and they're spiraling downward. Read this article about the Lakers making a trade for Dame Lillard and packaging 6 players to kind of have the money to match up. The likes of Austin Reeves, D'Lo, Jared Vanderbilt, and a couple of other players.
So your
in order
entire
to land.
bench, pretty much.
Well, like Rob always said, new rule, you got to have the money match up. And I mean, he's making what, 112? He got like 112 million left on his deal or something like that.
Something ridiculous, yes.
So you got to package enough pieces together to balance that out. And with all the players that you packaged up, it balanced out in salary. So I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's more likely not to happen.
Because it's too many players. Now you got to think about it. You give up 6 players. Now you got to go to your G League team and your bench.
And got to fill out the rest of your
Yeah.
team.
You're gonna be like the Phoenix Suns.
2 of your starting 5 are going to be fucking G League players, man.
Yeah. And so you know what they need to do? If they want to make that, the Lakers need to sign me for like 200 million and then trade me to the freaking Bucks. They want to make money match. I'm saying, hey, I could
I'm
use the
just
money.
saying.
I'm just saying. And
Wait. You said sign you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
You have to make the money match. So, hey, I'm a free agent. I had never officially retired. So he could sign me and put me in that trade, fill that gap.
Man, sign them retirement papers.
Hey, they used to do that back in the day. Back in the day, like if there's a guy that they like have a love for, they would sign them for and then they would trade him away in another package. Another team would just cut him. So like it was like $1 million, to make up the salary.
Yeah.
It was to cut the guy,
Okay.
So.
Well, man wants to sign me for $1 million. Trade me and cut me. I'm down, dude. I ain't picked up a basketball in years. I'm down. All right. Well, the other rumor about all this with the Bucks of it all is that Windhorst is reporting. This is from Windhorst that the Bucks have called everybody in the league. They've called every damn team in the league looking for help with the asterisk that neither Giannis or Dame are in the conversation. So
I can help you.
Right. And if you're unwilling to give us one or two of the biggest pieces you have, what else can you wrap up? I mean, is this the Chris Middleton of it all? Like, what are you pulling into this deal that's going to make this work if you're not willing to move Giannis and Dame Lillard?
You know what? If I'm the Lakers, I'm like, you could take D'Lo for Chris Middleton. I'll do that, even though Chris Middleton has not been healthy
No,
in
he's
the
been hurt
last
a lot.
3 seasons.
Yeah.
But I would take that and, shelf him and say, okay, we're going to let you get well.
I like
By the
Chris,
time
though, as a player.
Yeah, I do too. By the time January roll around, we can try something. But I'm not giving you anything, that you want. I'm not going to make you better. I'm not going to sell the house just to make you happy. No.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it seems like where they're going to be.
Because nobody do that for the Lakers.
No, hell no. And by the way.
Nobody do that for Golden State.
By the way, nobody in the league is anxious to bail out Doc Rivers at this point in his career. I think people are just willing to watch that man just struggle to keep up. You know what I mean? To tread water until he sinks.
But here's my thing with this. How many games did Adrian Griffin last season with the best record?
Oh God, it was. I don't even think did it equal out to a full season?
No, he had. I think
between the 2 years,
30 games.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous. Yeah.
So, do they keep Doc if he has an awful start, like one of the worst starts in Bucks history? And it's like, are they sitting back in the owners and the GMs and they calling Giannis in here and like, how back in the day you hit someone in the back of the head, like, you big dummy. You gonna be a Lamont around here? You made us get rid of a coach
You big dumb dummy.
You were unhappy.
Yeah. Well,
they don't do the baby out the back.
I guess though, how long do you let it ride is a good question because do you put your hands up on the season and go, look, we're not going to win it this year and waste a year of Giannis and Dame because you don't want to make a move at coach, or you feel as though the league would be like, well, first Griffin, now Doc, who wants to line up next for the guillotine in Milwaukee?
Yep.
You know,
I mean,
it's a weird limbo they're stuck in right now.
Mm-hmm.
They need to start winning, or they're going to have big problems to address. Like,
look, man, hey, I don't want to put it all on Doc Rivers, but it's the Doc Rivers effect.
Well,
yeah, the man of, I hate to say this, the man of mess up a wet dream.
Moving on.
I love that. The name of this week's show. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Where is he? Where's my man? He's up here somewhere. I don't know where. There he is.
The hell you talking about?
What the hell are you talking about? All right, let's do a quick run around the league standings real fast, just because we were talking about the Bucks. Looking in on the East, by the way, the Cleveland Cavaliers 12-0. Freaking won again. Have yet to lose a game. They got the Bulls, the Sixers, and the Hornets are their next 3 up. There's a very feasible chance that they could go 15-0 to start the season in Cleveland. Holy crap. I don't think anybody would have bet that for nothing. And, I mean, good for them. I'm happy for them. But the way they are playing right now, I don't know what they've done with that team mentality or what's going on, or if it's just you have 2 guys that are finally kind of gelling together at the right time. But Jesus.
And you, the former coach, you're like, damn, was it really me? Because they play.
Because they seem to be doing okay. Yeah.
The thing about them is they're really utilizing Mobley. And when you have a big that has skills like that, because we talk about it all the time, nobody plays defense, bigs or unicorns, and he's playing, he's balling, and Mobley's balling. Of course, Darius Garland, he's back and forth, but the Spider is, to me, has made a huge jump. I know how a lot of guys said he doesn't make people around him better. Somebody must have, we must have went to the wizard, and said, hey, I need to learn how to make people around me better, not just try to shine by myself. And he's doing it. So they're playing really well together. Donovan points are down, but they're winning. And I think also
doesn't matter.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter that your points are down, you're winning, which is the most important thing. And I think the key to all this though is Allen, Jared Allen. He's just the fucking, you don't come in his world. Right now, to me, he's defensive player of the year. I know we talk about, it's more to the game just blocking shots, but he's, coming up playing the pick and roll very well. He's rotating, making people change their shots, so I know everybody's going to throw out Wemby and this stuff, but right now, this team, if they can continue winning like they are, Jared Allen.
Yeah, Jared Allen has always been underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Unappreciated. And unappreciated. But when you start talking about bigs because he doesn't say anything. You never see him in the headlines. You never see anybody writing anything about him. That man literally is kind of like an old school big in a sense, but probably more athletic. The way he runs the floor, the way that he just alters shots, the way he rebounds, he is very, very underrated when we start talking about big men because he's not offensively sound, but because he's more of a defensive guy. But y'all, that team, that defensive mentality, Jared Allen is the anchor. You know what I'm saying? And look, you start talking about other big men around the league who I would love to have on my team just from setting a tone defensively.
Yeah.
And he's still relatively young. I think he's in his upper 20s, I think.
Don't know. Good guess.
Mid-20s, upper 20s. So, he's got a lot of basketball in him, and it fits with that young core that they have. Him and Mobley.
26.
Yeah, him and Mobley.
There you go. Yeah.
Mm.
Him and Mobley together, those are two guys who play good defense. The two guys that can block shots. They have a lot of length on their team.
Damn well.
And I think Karis LeVert is over there too.
Yeah, he's over there. He's playing really well off the bench. I think he's averaged like 13 points. And to me, Karis LeVert, I've always loved his game. Loved it. And when he comes off the bench, he's not playing like with any insecurities now. He's like coming out, he's doing exactly what he needs to do, and then he goes sit down, and it's amazing how well he's playing, man. He's playing really, really good.
They are really tough. They're a gritty team.
Mm-hmm.
They are a gritty team. They can play any style of basketball. And I got to salute the city of Cleveland because outside of them having LeBron, losing LeBron, and getting LeBron back, this is probably the first time in a very, very long time where they're having success and LeBron has nothing to do with it.
Oh, this is one of the only times I can remember.
Yeah.
So somewhere Matt Doherty is shaking your bobblehead and slapping it upside the head. Like, Matt Doherty, what about us? And Mark Price, like, what about
Yeah, but not to this sort of level. I mean, to your point,
Craig Elo, like fuck you, Hart.
What am I shit? Am I shit over here?
But that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you're talking what, late 80s?
I know.
We're talking about the 90s.
Early 90s? I mean,
Yeah.
And even
Ron
team.
Harper's gonna come on the show like, man, I was good for Cleveland back in the
Hey,
Tell
that's
me
cool.
what's up. Yeah.
Did they start 15-0 though?
No, I know we did back in the day. I was like,
Well, that's y'all. That's different.
What was
y'all.
where did you
we
guys?
started out 15-0 with the Rockets.
And you lost that game. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just lost to Atlanta. Yeah, and then but shit, Golden State blew that out of the water. I think they went 24-0 to start the season.
24-0. I think they got the record.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll keep an eye on the Cavs. But they're right up at the top of the East, by the way. Cavs, obviously, unbelievable.
Number
Celtics. Does Joel Embiid come back soon, though? Because I know their next game is versus the Sixers.
I don't know. I don't know when I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to
tomorrow.
I don't even know when he's supposed to play or if he will play.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. But the Celtics are right there at 9-2. And then, by the way, after the 12-0 Cavs and the 9-2 Celtics, it falls off pretty fast. 5-5 Pacers are the next team on the list in the East. So the East is right now, it's the Cavs and the Celtics. and there is not a lot of parity otherwise. As opposed to the West, which is a very, very different picture right now out of the gate. Thunder at 9-2, Warriors and the Suns both at 8-2. Good starts for both those teams. And then the Nuggets and Grizzlies 7-3, 7-4, and then the Lakers, Clippers, Thunderwolves, Rockets, and Kings all right there at like 6-4, 7-4.
I'm really interested to see how the Suns do without KD for a minute.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Calf, isn't it?
Calf.
Was it his calf? Okay.
And you got to be careful about that calf because that calf leads to Achilles.
Exactly. I was saying he probably having flashbacks of when he was with Golden State. So.
Oh, speaking of another big injury, get well, Chet Holmgren. He's going to be out for 2 months.
Oh, yeah. He's having surgery. He already had surgery
on
his hip. Yes. That was,
how do you crack your hip bone?
He ain't but so big. He part of that. He part of that skinny committee.
The skinny committee.
Is him? Hold on. Is him? Is Wemby?
Wemby's the president of the club, by the way.
It's Durant. Like they can't hit the ground hard and think everything gonna be intact.
The skinny committee. Holy shit!
I would have thrown Mobley in there, but he seemed like he.
Nah, he got a little more.
Yeah, he put on a little weight. Yeah.
No, but that committee right there can only fall from so high to the ground before it's gonna be a crack somewhere.
Yeah. See that's my biggest fear with Wemby. I know we're not going down that rabbit hole.
No, it's okay. We go ahead.
He to me, when you're so frail like that, it's just every time he moves, I'm like, ooh, he gonna break something. Yeah.
Well, I don't remember who said it. I wish I would have looked and seen, but I saw something online this morning that was one of these talking media people saying, great defensive player, not impactful offensively. Might have been Perk or somebody, but it was
who was this? He's talking about
Wembanyama. That he's always gonna have a defensive impact on a game, but there's a lot of games where he's not really making an offensive impact. And I don't remember who said that. I don't remember who said it. I saw it this morning and I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
It's probably good that we don't remember. It's probably good that we don't remember because somebody would then have to be drug tested, and we don't want that.
I think he's probably saying that because you expect Wemby to be averaging more points. You think about it, he's only averaging 19 points a game. So I can understand why he said it.
Yeah, but I think it's when you look around and you see Giannis who's averaging 35 a game or some nonsense right now, and those.
Let me ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
What was Giannis? What was Giannis' average points per game his second year in the league?
Well, I don't know. That's a good Google question.
But no, we see now you're going down a point. We talking about Wemby.
No, what I'm saying is, I understand that when you start talking about guys who we consider.
Well, I don't put him in that category though.
Oh,
because it took him. He had to transform his body into what it is before he even became good. Because his first 3 years in the league, like Dirk, sucked.
Yeah,
but it took them a moment to get used to the
first 3 years in the league for Giannis. He averaged 6.8 his rookie season, then 12.7, then 16.9. And then year 4, he jumped up into the 20s. And it's been a steady increase every year. It's like 22, 28, 27, 29, 28, 29, 31, 30, 31. Like it just goes.
Give Wemby time.
Yeah. But that's my thing. I don't
remember who said it. I don't even know if I should have brought it up without a source. But I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
But think about Wemby, though. He doesn't know how to score yet. You know what I mean? He doesn't take advantage of the opportunities. Like if you have a mismatch, he's so intent. Oh, I just want to show my skill set. I'm gonna shoot threes today. I'm gonna do this. Like no, you just dominate everywhere you can. It's like I got to do this, and he tries to use this. Like when you watch him play, he got to let you know that I got that wiggle in my game. Sometimes basic games. If you watch AD, he's been very basic this year. And he's averaging 30 points.
I was gonna say, it worked
Sometimes
well
it's best to be basic. You ain't got to show everybody you got some swag in your game. Just get buckets, brother. Get buckets.
Yeah, and that's the downfall of guys with great talent or generational talent is they fall victim to their talent. And I'm like, dog, you get a little guy in the paint, man, if you don't dominate him, like, you don't have to shoot 10 threes a game. We know you can knock them down. But what we want to see is you drive down that lane and start dunking on folks and have folk rethinking coming down in that lane with you. That's what people want to see. But I think as he matures and he grows, because remember at one point in time, AD fell victim to shooting threes. And we're like, bro, what are you doing? Yes, we know you can knock them down, but you can't knock them down at the rate that you're consistently taking them.
Yeah.
Get your big butt down in that paint and look what he's doing now.
Big ass in the block.
Like, do what you've been blessed to do, and that's dominate down in the paint. Yes, you'll knock down a 3 or 2, but you need to be on that block, because when you're on that block, that team is a lot tougher.
Very much so. All right, well, we have a lot of audio to get to this week. I mean, a lot of audio that is just some wild nonsense all over the road. We're going to play Shot Clock in a little bit here. The 10-second how many can you name game. We haven't done that in a while, so we'll let you guys go head-to-head in Shot Clock. Of course, we got Big Shot of the Week, but I'm going to start the wheel of audio this week, because there's so much of it, by checking in on our Draymond technical counter. Let's go ahead and go to the game.
What made him blow the whistle was Draymond, and then I think the officials got together and said Lou Dort fouled him.
Upon review, first we have illegal contact by Dort for the wrap. Therefore, this challenge is unsuccessful. However, we have a unsportsmanlike flail by Green for a dead ball technical foul. Play will resume with 1 shot for Oklahoma City, and Golden State will retain possession of the ball.
The flail by Draymond, where he tried to hit Dort in the face. Yeah, you're going to get teed up for that, bud. You're going to get teed up for that one. That takes us up to 2 on the season. I bet the under. You guys both bet the over. The line was 10, set by Draymond Green himself. So right now, we're what, 12 games in? And he's
got 2?
He's got 2.
Yeah,
he's kind of sneaking up on the. We're on pace. We're on pace to come
forget
close.
about you can get text for anything, you know.
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, and that was a pretty
ref.
obvious one for me.
Yeah.
Like when I saw him flail at Dort's face, I was like, all right, that's pretty. That he's gonna get teed on that. And then they challenged it, and he got the tee on the challenge. I was like, all right, well, that kind of blew up in everybody's face there. So there you go. All right, let me do this one. I love this, Rob. This is my favorite story of the week. The Auburn basketball team, their chartered flight had to be turned around on Saturday. They had to be turned around on Saturday on their way to Houston because 2 players on board broke out into a fight. Jackie Howard and senior forward Jaheim Hudson. Both players were barred from getting on the second flight that left Friday night and had to remain on campus for the game in Houston, which, by the way, was played in the Rockets Arena. Here's the onboard audio from the cockpit of the pilot calling
you got
it in.
That?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. We have got an altercation on board. We knocked to declare an emergency and land. We got a bunch of basketball players fighting. The flight deck is secure. The threat level is contained for the moment. We just had police on the ground, and we had 2 players that got into physical altercation. Clothes were ripped, and 1 bloody player.
Oh, clothes were ripped. They want cops on the ground when they land. And they had to say the cockpit's secure. Because they're calling in an emergency. We're requesting an emergency landing. They were like, have you been boarded? Like, what's going on? Is Al-Qaeda on the flight? Just like, no, 2 assholes that don't get along. That's all that is. And
I don't think I've ever heard about anything like that.
Never in my life.
Only at practice, you only see it on a plane, so.
My goodness.
Because there's someone, when you start talking like that, some player steps in and says, nah, man, we ain't gonna have that. So
I guess my question to you
that's
is.
That's Auburn for you. No leadership at all.
I knew you would love that. See, I knew you would love it. Simply for the Auburn of it all, I knew you would love this.
Hey, but funny. They rallied though and went in and kicked Houston's ass.
Yeah.
Houston, I think, was ranked number 4 in the country at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
I love the story. I just love it. They had to turn the plane around. They barred them from getting back on board. It's so good. What's the biggest team fight you were ever around? Like guys on your own team. Like, did you have to pull apart a couple guys in the locker room or anything else?
Just Vernon Maxwell and Carl Herrera. That's the only person that ever.
What happened with them?
They got into a fight in the weight room. And then they started throwing weights at each other.
Oh, shit.
And they was like, hey, can y'all come break that up? We were like, oh, hell no. I'm not about to get hit by no fucking weight. Trying to break up a fight. Let them fight. And that was the only fight that ever been.
They were throwing weights at each other?
Yeah. Vernon hit Carl upside the head with a weight. And it was,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Maxwell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
Mad Max.
Mad Max? All right, let's do the Michelle Beadle audio. Have you guys seen the Michelle Beadle clip yet?
I did see that.
All right. Now, look, I'm going to play it, and we have to laugh about it. Anybody who's trying to turn this into anything, you're an idiot. You're full of shit. This was an honest flub. But the flub is amazing.
It was natural.
Oh, it was.
Michael Porter Jr. recently said, I don't like this, that if the niggas the Nuggets. Don't try to get me on that. They might have to break up the team. Lou, are you buying that this is the last dance for the Denver Nuggets?
Yeah, I'm buying.
Nuggets.
I'm buying. Beta, you're going to be in trouble today.
Lou Will. Fucking love Lou Will, man.
Hey, that's what happens when you change one letter in a word. Or a couple of letters.
You moved just a little too fast on that one, Michelle. Just one more time, just a little too fast.
Michael Porter Jr. recently said, I don't like this, that if the Nuggets.
Okay, yeah. The Denver Nuggets. That U is very important.
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
Now, I do hate, I'm genuinely being honest with you. Michelle Beadle, awesome. I hate that people
love her.
She's so good.
Yeah.
She's so funny, and she's a cool person and a good person. And that people are trying to turn this into Michelle Beadle uses a racial slur on her FanDuel show. It's like, shut the fuck up. Stop it.
Yeah.
It was an honest mistake. It wasn't like she intentionally did it. And by the way, she's good people. Like, why are you trying to burn
Really
this girl
good
down?
people.
Like, she's
Yeah.
good people.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Anytime it trickles out of a white person's mouth, I get it. I mean, our collective Caucasian sphincters all just clinch up. It's like, I get it. But, it was an accident. But it was a funny accident.
You know, the thing about Michelle Beadle, she is loved by so many black players, and she's around so many black players. So I guarantee you she's heard the word so much that
it was a subliminal.
She was like, hey, I'm black.
I love Michelle.
No.
She sings along. That's all I'm saying.
I'm totally
okay, I
kidding.
love Michelle, but she sings along with the lyrics. She knows. Okay, she knows.
Yeah, she sings along with the lyrics.
She sings along. I'm telling you.
But you know what? I don't find offense with this at all.
No, of course not.
Not at all.
Not at all. It was. I mean, you have to be able to laugh at that. That's pretty damn funny. Lou Will's reaction was amazing.
Yeah. After this moment, I think the Nuggets need to change their name.
No. You want to talk about backlash with a 7-foot-tall white Serbian with that across his chest? Oh, God. Heaven.
No. I'm saying the Nuggets need to go to something else, not Nigs.
Oh.
The Nuggets. Change the whole name so we don't have this problem again. See, look at y'all. Y'all going down the wrong
I
path.
thought you meant like they should change their name to that. Like that's
No, they should change their name so we don't have this slip again.
Oh.
I was wondering where you were going.
Oh, yeah. Jokic be like, I'm going to go back to Serbia with my horses. Y'all motherfuckers are crazy.
Oh, man.
All right, let's do Pat McAfee on College Game Day. By the way, Pat McAfee has sort of redefined what it is to be an ESPN personality these days, dude.
Yeah.
He does pretty much anything he wants and gets away with it. It's crazy. I've never seen someone with more freedom to just do shit and never be reprimanded for it. Like, he just say and do whatever he wants.
He probably can run for president now.
Dude. So he was on College Game Day. They were at the LSU game. It was at LSU, Alabama. Obviously, Alabama destroyed LSU.
Do we really want to go down that path?
But he starts the LSU chant, and it's just like it's so intentionally over the line to get it on television, and dude does it twice.
It's 8 a.m. I think they're ready to go. We thank you. Let's have a day down here. LSU, Alabama, Reese Davis.
You didn't know that was coming.
I didn't know.
That was fairly aggressive.
I thought they were going to say thick, like the humidity. I didn't know it was actually. Is it thick? Yeah, you can hear thick in there. You can hear it. Very thick.
Dog, I missed that. I didn't watch that live.
Reese Davis.
I missed it too.
Reese Davis, Nick Saban, Kirk Herbstreit all looked like the deer in the headlights. Like he's not only did he do it, he went back and did it twice.
You know the crazy part about this? McAfee sits right next to Nick Saban on the set. There is another, I forget where they were. You know how they always bring whatever food from whatever local restaurant and they put it on. There is a clip of Pat McAfee having like a piece of a hamburger airplaning the food into Nick Saban's mouth, and he takes a bite into the food. I'm gonna send it to y'all in the group chat. I said, man, what the hell is this?
They are the odd couple I did not know I needed in college football.
Complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
100% opposites. And for some reason, it just works so well.
It works.
Because McAfee's so ridiculous, and Nick Saban's like, it's the odd couple. Dude, it's the odd couple.
You know what's the weird part? I've never heard that chant by LSU before. That must be something new.
Oh, I've heard that plenty of times. Over the last few years, I've heard it a bunch of times. But yeah. McAfee knew it, and McAfee started it. He motherfucker let it get on live television.
Wow.
He's like,
well, they can't do nothing about the fans.
Right, but he intentionally did it twice.
Hey, you can't when it's live like that, you can't bleep that out.
No, no, you ain't doing that. All right, one more piece of audio. Actually, no, two real quick ones here, and then we're going to get to big shot of the week in our game. Saints interim head coach Darren Rizzi.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
He got the win against the Falcons. The Saints are in utter disarray. They were 2-7. They fired Dennis Allen. A whole franchise is a freaking mess over there. They're in salary cap hell. Everybody hates
Derek. Way to beat the Falcons.
Everybody hates Derek Carr, and this motherfucker, with just the first day out the gate, is like bumbles his way into a win against the Atlanta Falcons, because that is the Atlanta Falcons. So before the game, he's meeting with the media. And he's like, I didn't think my day was really going to start well because of what happened when I got here.
This is how my day started. I get down here to the stadium, I get down here to Superdome, I go in the head coach's locker room, which, I've never used before, right? So here I am early in the morning, I go to the bathroom, and this is how my day started. I clogged the toilet. And I'm like, this is going to be a crappy day, pun intended. And so listen, I'm like, okay, this is not really a great start to the day. Here we go. And so, I'm not really feeling like a head coach of an NFL team right now. So,
first day on the job, goes into the office, clogs the toilet.
Hey, bro.
He could have kept that to himself.
Well, in a world where a lot of stuff ain't kept to themselves, this is pretty minor.
It is.
In regards to a lot of things.
For me, it's just funny because I always think of the scene in Dumb and Dumber where he blows up that girl's toilet, and they're like, the toilet's broken. And he has to climb out the window. Like, that's what I envisioned Darren Rizzi destroying the toilet. And they're like, hey, don't poop in there, buddy. And he's like, oh, no. Oh, ridiculous.
I would have never told nobody that.
No, but I think I find it hilarious that he chose to share that story. All right, I'm going to...
I do have a real quick question.
No, go ahead. I'm going to kick my piece of audio to shoot around. Go ahead.
Have you all ever backed it or stopped the toilet up and you were at somebody else's house?
No.
Oh, that was a delayed no. I don't buy that shit. Was a
no.
That pause was 9 months pregnant.
I don't even like taking a dump in anybody else's house. Now, if it's one of my boys' best friends, I'm not taking a dump. I might scurry my ass in my car and get home as fast as possible. But no.
But what if you live a ways away?
Well, you got to do courtesy flushes, so you don't clog that motherfucker up.
That's the thing too. You know a clogger when it's happening. You know it, so you're like, all right, I better clean up. I have not done it, but when we went to visit my mom, we brought the boys with us, and two of the boys, individually on separate occasions, clogged the toilet at my mom's house and overflowed the toilet in the guest bathroom. They're like, well, we don't have a plunger in there. No one ever uses it. And I'm like, yeah, well, these boys are big. So you might want to, and they've been eating pasta for like 3 days because we're Italian. So y'all might want to, yeah.
So here's the question, who had to clean it up?
Oh, my stupid ass did, of course, because there are boys. So of course I'm in charge of sopping up all the poop water all over the floor. Yeah, in my mom's guest bathroom. Yeah. So no, I never did it, but my boys did it twice at my mom's house.
That's wild.
I don't know if that helped. All right. Let's do Big Shot of the Week, and then we're going to do our game. Big Shot of the Week is going to go to North Hood County, Texas firefighter Jay Head. Here's why. This dude, it's all caught on camera, pulled a toddler from the trapped window of a burning apartment building in like the middle of the night on Sunday. He had to break the window of a second-story bedroom on a high apartment complex that was on fire and then get this kid to the window, follow the firefighter's voice, got the kid to the window. Got the kid out, a 2-year-old, got him out the window and down out of the building while it was just completely ablaze. Saved the kid's life. The kid is recovering at, I wrote it down, Cook Children's Hospital in Fort Worth. He's there for further advanced care, but he's expected to recover. This dude, I mean, firefighters amaze me. But when you can have the wherewithal in the middle of a huge fire like that to be able to direct a 2-year-old through the flames to the window and down the ladder to save that kid's life, big shot. Because that's. I mean, you saved the kid's life. Kid would have died. That's incredible.
You know, it's incredible the fact that he can keep his senses about himself and just get through the fire, and the ability to keep a 2-year-old calm, though, and say, "Hey, come this way." You know, it's just amazing. That's amazing. That's really a big shot.
Yeah, that's really good. All right, let's do this week's game. It's the return of Shot Clock. All right, so Shot Clock, here's how it works. I give you guys a topic, you get to guess. Go back and forth about how many you can guess in 10 seconds. Okay, that's all. So we'll start with the first one. We were joking about Pat McAfee and how he changed what it means to be an ESPN personality with the chants and the cursing and the mocking and the Aaron Rodgers not taking the shot on TV and all that stuff. In 10 seconds, how many current ESPN personalities can you name? We'll start with Robert Horry. How many think you could pull in 10 seconds? Current ESPN personalities.
I'll go 5 because I know 5 right off the bat from game day.
Harp, can you do 6?
I can go. Yeah, I can do 6.
Rob, can you do 7?
Shit. I'm trying to count.
No, don't sit there and write down your answer. Jesus Christ.
My hands are right here.
Yeah.
Remember, it's 10 seconds now.
I'm going to go 7.
You can go 7. Harp, can you go 8?
I think I can do 8.
Rob, can you do 9?
I can't even get out 9 words in 10 seconds.
All right, Harper, you got to do 8 ESPN personalities. Go.
Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, Steve Levy, Mark Jones, Malika Andrews, Kendrick Perkins, Hannah Storm, and Colbert. Cone. Susie Colbert and Linda Cone.
I'm like, you had Colbert Cone. I didn't know what that was.
No, I got Cone.
Rob's waving it off.
I got it all. Come on. I got Cone at the buzzer. Do we got to start over?
No. I'm gonna leave that to the judge. Judge Jenners.
I think he got it. I'm gonna give it to him because he said Cone and he said Colbert, but he said Colbert Cone, Colbert, and
Susie Colbert, Linda Cone.
Colbert, Linda Cone. Now,
I tried to just do last name.
Susie Colbert is no longer with ESPN.
Oh.
Linda Cone
that's
is,
only
though.
7 then.
Yeah, but no, Linda Cone is. Wasn't she?
Yeah. Okay.
You had to do what? You had to do 8?
8.
How many did you get? Oh, shit. You might not have gotten enough.
That was 7.
Oh, yeah, so you didn't get enough. All right, yeah, no.
I got
Susie Colbert had been with ESPN for quite a while.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no,
she's only 7.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, see, I was going.
Hold on, I forget who is she.
You said Pat McAfee.
I did say Pat McAfee, didn't I?
Yeah, no, I don't think you did. You went Stephen A. Shannon. You went first take.
Yeah, I went first take.
You went first take. See, I was just straight thinking game day.
Yeah,
that's true.
Game day guys, first take guys probably would have got you to 8 or 9.
Day guys.
Yeah, all right. Number 2. Here we go. Rob gets a point there. We talked a lot about Jalen Green and the Celtics earlier in the show. They have 24 retired jersey numbers. How many of those do you think you can name in 10 seconds?
Celtics?
20? Celtics have 24 guys with their name and number in the Raptor.
I'm going to say 5.
You can do 5 of them. Harp, can you do 6? Celtics whose numbers are retired.
I probably can only do 5.
All right, Rob, you got 10 seconds to do 5. Go for it, buddy.
Russell, Bird, Pierce, Garnett, Havlicek.
Oh,
dang, he just did get
Havlicek at the buzzer. Yes, you got it. 5. Robert Parrish, Walter Brown, Red Auerbach is up there. Dennis Johnson, Kevin Garnett, Bill Russell.
I said Garnett.
Yeah, you did. Bob Cousy, Tommy Heinsohn, Havlicek is up there. Paul Pierce, Reggie Lewis, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Cedric Maxwell, a lot of others. So 24 of them up there, man. But good, you got it. All right, good job. All right, number 3. One of the best shows of the year, and I don't know if you've watched it, Rob, has been The Penguin.
No, I'm waiting. I'm stacking.
It's done.
Stacking.
Season finale aired. It's 8 episodes. Go watch it. It has almost nothing at all to do with Batman, and it's freaking awesome. Take it out of the Batman world because it's like a crime drama. It has nothing at all to do with Batman except for the fact that it happens in Gotham. That's it.
Yeah.
And there's
I
like a
plan to
lot of
watch it when
names
I'm
and
watching
stuff.
Close tomorrow.
Dude, it's really, really good, man. It's really, really good. So in 10 seconds, how many comic book supervillains can you name? Not just Batman villains, just any comic book supervillain. How many can you do, Robert Horry, in 10 seconds?
I'm going to say 5.
All right. Harp, can you do 6?
Yeah.
Rob, can you do 7?
I can do 7.
Harp, can you do 8?
I probably, in 10 seconds, I could probably only do 7.
Robert Horry, you got 10 seconds.
No!
7 comic supervillains and go.
Joker, Riddler, Penguin, Solomon Grundy. God dang it.
Oh, that was
Give
was,
me my point.
what was that?
I couldn't even think of oh crap.
That was only
I went ghost
4.
like a motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, you could have just gone to any.
I know.
I would have given you Spider-Man villains. I'd have given you,
I know. I just.
You went to Batman.
Because
Yeah, you went.
We were on Batman. I was frozen when Batman was in my head. So
that's all right. All right. Point to Hart. Here we go. Question number 4. Brandon Harper. The college football rankings have been turned upside down this week. After a number of crazy losses. How many teams in the top 10, the current top 10, can you name in 10 seconds? Now, you can run off 100 teams, but how many of them are in the top 10?
I think I can do 7.
Rob, can you do 8?
you know the funny part? I was just looking at this morning because I was trying to see where Alabama was ranked. So,
do you think you could do 8 of the top 10?
I can't get the schools out in damn 8 seconds though. That's the whole problem with me.
You got to do 7 in 10 seconds. Let's go.
Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, Penn State, Indiana, Tennessee, BYU, Notre Dame, Bama. Who am I missing?
You went 9 for the run, man. You were almost there. You missed Ole Miss. That was the only one.
Oh, and Ole Miss.
Ole Miss came in at 10.
I forgot. They just got into the top 10.
That was pretty strong, man. Damn, you almost ran 11.
What they not?
Well, they've been
top
there. 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just moved up because they beat Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, very good. Very good. Harp, point. All right, here we go. Tiebreaker. 2-2. Last question. Robert Horry. Draymond Green notched his second tech on his way to getting less than 10 this season, according to him. How many players can you name in 10 seconds who have the most technical fouls in the last 10 years? The most techs in the last 10 years.
5.
You can do 5. Harp, can you do 6?
I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to say I can do... I'm thinking that these 6 might be the case.
So you can do 6?
I think so.
Rob, can you do 7? And again, you can name any amount of players. Can you get the 10 that are in the top 10 is the question.
I'll go...
Hold on. You said this the last 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I go 7.
Rob says he could do 7. Harp, can you do 8?
Go ahead.
Oh, he did it to you again. Rob, you got 10 seconds. 7 guys who have the most techs in the last 10 years. Go.
Draymond, Cousins, Kobe, Garnett, Malone, Luka.
No, in the last
You said Malone?
Years. Yeah, no, Karl Malone is number 1, by the way.
Karl Malone has the most techs ever
all
in basketball.
Time.
Oh.
all time.
And I think him and Barkley are right there with each other.
Barkley, Rasheed, Gary Payton, Dennis Rodman, Dirk Nowitzki,
but
Russell
I thought
Westbrook,
you said in
Dwight
the
Howard.
last 10 years.
Oh, that's what the list said.
Those
are the all-time guys, I think.
Yeah, you said in the last 10 years specifically.
Yeah, I think I might have.
That's why I said when you said Karl Malone, I said what?
I just threw Malone out there because I knew he had the most techs.
I think I meant the most techs of all time. I don't know why I wrote the last 10 years. I think I meant in 10 seconds, and I wrote 10 years. Yeah, no, I think the most.
Karl ain't played in a long time.
But either way, no, you didn't get anywhere close.
Now, if you want to talk about warrants, it might be Karl Malone.
Hold on, how many people I named? I named like 7 people.
Yeah, I know,
Well, how
but
many
like
on
4
that
of them, Luka wasn't on that list.
Oh.
I think you
Draymond is up there.
Draymond, DeMarcus Cousins. I know they said that. Karl Malone. Kobe's on that list.
No, he's not. Not in the top 10.
Not in the top 10?
No. He's on the list, but he ain't the top 10.
I try to name everybody that was like played a long time.
I'm gonna give you a name. I'm gonna give you two.
That's a good strategy.
I'm gonna give you two names who I think are on that list.
Yeah.
Did I say Dennis Rodman? I said Rodman, right?
I don't think you did say Rodman, but Rodman is on that list.
Yeah. Steven Jackson
is not in the top 10, but
not in top 10.
No.
What about did he say Dwight Howard?
No, but Dwight Howard is. Yeah.
Why would he get texts?
Man, Dwight done got them texts, bro. Foul calls, non-foul calls, or foul calls.
Gary Payton.
Yep. GP. The glove up there too. Yeah.
Is Carmelo Anthony up there?
Not in the top 10.
Is Shaq on that list?
Not in the top 10. Anthony Mason.
Did you say Kevin Garnett?
Yeah, he said Garnett.
You said Anthony Mason's on that list?
Yeah, he is. Which I was like, what?
What's another name I thought? Jermaine O'Neal there?
Not in the top 10. Not the one that I have.
How about Dirk Nowitzki? He played forever.
Yeah, Dirk was up there. Yeah, he was on that list, and I don't think you named him, but
Ron Artest isn't there, is it?
No, he's not. Not in the top 10.
Well, he's not on that list.
No, well, not in the top 10. He's on the list, I'm sure, but I don't think he's in the top 10. You know why we think Artest just says he went into the stands at one time, beat the shit out of like 3 fans, and we're like, oh, obviously.
Yeah,
I think
that should have counted for 5 techs.
I think the refs were scared to call techs on our.
They didn't want to get swung on.